Hi and welcome, legends. Take number 2. It seems that everything is fixed now. All my PC needed was a reboot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Glad to see you all back in the house. Sorry about that. That's technology for you. It just seems that my PC needed a little bit of a reboot. Yeah, I am. It looks like everything is working fine now. Let's just go test it out. Yes, now I can move my chart. Right, it was frozen. I had to restart the live stream, so I'm not sure if everyone's getting a notification because YouTube does have those little rules in place that when you do a live stream 3 hours apart, I'm not sure, then you only get one notification. So I hope you all got a notification. I like to see Irina. Thank you so much for joining. I saw you in the previous stream, had some technical issues. Now we're all good. Greetings from Norway, Eric. Welcome, welcome, Hasselberg. Hi, Himra. Happy halving to everyone from the Kingdom of Denmark. Yes, I'm all the way from sunny South Africa. We are going into winter now at the moment. And it looks like everything is working right now. So welcome to the stream. Sorry about the technical issues. Absolutely outside of my control. All my PC needed was a little TLC and a reboot. Okay, now it seems that everything's still working fine. And just want to make sure. It looks like, yeah, looks like everything's going fine now. People are finding the stream. I'm not sure if you guys got a second notification for the stream that I did right now. Nonetheless, you guys are here for the alpha. It is halving day. Right, where are we? 8 hours away until halving. Oof. What is going to happen when it's halving? Personally, I think it's going to be a nothing burger. Price is just going to carry up and down. I don't think we're going to just have a massive breakout here to the upside as soon as we hit 8 hours. Perhaps there will be some euphoria that kicks in. But just purely based on previous halving cycles during the previous bull runs, is you even get a nice little dip to the downside, okay, after the halving. And then maybe 2-3 months later, that's when you see the euphoria starting to kick in, when that supply shock hits the market. Right. I did a private live stream with our legends in the Discord, link down in the description if you'd like to join our legends community. And we discussed the halving. I also told them I had a very interesting conversation or conversations today and during the week with people around the halving. And for those of you that know, by all means, you know, but it's surprised me how few people knew actually what the halving meant. Okay, so I'm just going to explain it here very, very quickly in the most simplistic way that I can. And it does get a little bit more technical in terms of how it actually works. And tell me if you agree with me or not. The most simplistic way that I can explain the halving is that supply is basically going to be cut in half. Okay. So just for the purposes of an example, is that if we were able to mint 1 Bitcoin a day, after the 8 hours runs up, we will only be able to mint half a Bitcoin a day. Okay, so that is a supply shock. So if I have 100 apples and I have 100 people and I can give each person an apple, you know, that's demand and supply is quite balanced. But if I now only have 50 apples and there's 100 people wanting apples, it means now I have to start sharing and people are going to start fighting over the apples. And so that's a supply shock. So usually when there's a supply shock, price goes up. Okay, so that's basically what the halving means. And usually it takes a while for the effect to kick in. So if demand stays constant, so if people are buying 1 Bitcoin a day, okay, and the supply is going to go to half a Bitcoin tomorrow, for example, and supply or demand stays constant, it means price goes up. Okay. Basically, in a nutshell, I think that's the best simplistic way that I can explain the halving. And for those of you that didn't know, now you know. Hopefully you understand what it means, is that the halving is what it means is in the name. Okay, the supply of Bitcoin is going to be cut in half. Right. Who else do we have in the house? Not a lot of comments. So should we go through the alpha? It's not going to be a very long live stream today. Okay, we'll keep it jam-packed, powerful, to the point. Yes, I agree. Night Shadow, I agree. I have seen the Bitcoin of price first dump before we have the rally to the upside. Will this time be different? We don't know. The market rhymes, but it's never similar. So perhaps this time will be different, where we see a massive rally to the upside. I don't know. Okay, all I can do is trade the price action in front of me. Right. The one thing I think, guys, you guys know me, I like to educate. The one thing that I'm keeping an eye on in this little structure over here, I'm on the 4 hour looking at the price of Bitcoin, and you'll see I have an orange line over here, which I call the weekly range low. Okay. And we will delve into the structure just now, but just zooming out here a little bit, the one thing that I'm keeping an eye on is a strategy which is called the range low or the range high strategy. So you can also reverse this. Okay, so if we were in a bear market, this will then be the range high strategy. Okay, now that we're in the bull market, I call it the range low strategy. Right. Okay. And for those of you, yes, you can reverse the chart. They didn't know. Okay. So I want to discuss this, and I quickly want to go onto the weekly time frame and talk a little bit about what I'm seeing over here and what does this strategy mean. And I have seen it play out many times on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, and we can delve into a little bit of Ethereum. We can look at some Elliott waves. Let's see how much time we have to jump through and dive through the alpha today on the show. Okay, before we dive in here, right, as always, remember, I have added Blowfin, one of the new exchanges that I've partnered with. You get a welcome bonus, or you can win a welcome bonus of $5,000. They offer 50% in trading fees, and also you do not need to KYC. Very nice alternative. If you cannot KYC or you don't want to KYC, Blowfin, I've tested them out so far. Absolutely phenomenal. I feel fairly confident to present it to my community. Please go test them out. Let me know what you think. If you do have any issues, please let me know. I will make sure to let them know. But so far, so good. Okay, Blowfin, no KYC, also 20% fee reduction for Bybit, and also Mexi. If you're a Mexi lover with the lowest fees, and you qualify for these bonuses by using the links down in the description. Let's get into it. Right. The range low and the range high strategy. So how it basically works is when you have a massive impulse to the upside, like we had over here, and you have another impulse, and it can be a solid candle as well, it doesn't really matter, and you have your first dip to the downside, that is where this candle or this line comes from, which I now call the range low. Okay, this trading strategy has the following rules to say that when you have massive momentum to the upside and you come back to retest it, you're only allowed to test it once. So the week can go a little bit further down, and then you come back and you get acceptance back outside or inside this range over here. You're only allowed to tap it once. Okay, my lines are going wonky because it's the weekly time frame over here. You're only allowed to tap this once. Right, then you want to see price move away. But even if you come back for a retest, you do not want to touch that line. The retest can be low, but it mustn't touch this line for the second time. The range low strategy works as follows. You touch it once, you move away, and you go and you claim the all-time high. Okay? Let me take this out. Yes, I know someone posted yesterday, I need to use Control Z. I think all habits die hard, right? Anyways, I'll get used to that. I like to keep my hands here folded on my belly while I'm talking to you guys. Anyways, let's get into it. So the rules state that the range low strategy is extremely powerful. When you tap it once and you move away, you go claim the highs, but you're only allowed to tap it once. The rules for the range low strategy states that if you come back down and you tap it once and you start closing high time frame candles below this level, like a 4 hour, I would say from a 4 hour to an 8 hour candle below this level, you are going to fill the gap. You're going to fill the imbalance basically, right? So you want to see a tap and you want to see aggressive buying out of the zone. You want to see a wick left behind, and the closing bodies of the high time frame candles must be outside of this or above this level over here, right? As soon as you start closing candles, high time frame candles below this level, like a daily or hourly or 4-hour candle, you're going to come and fill this gap, and we could see ourselves here by $51,000. So if we are still going to make another low and grab the liquidity below, right, you could see us week in get bought up aggressively, and then you want to see us move away without tapping it again, right? Also, the strategy states that if you come for a test and you bounce out and the retest taps the level again, you increase the probabilities of filling the gap. So basically, you should only tap it once and move away. Right, so this possibility is still open and on the cards. If we still do find momentum here to the downside, you grab the liquidity, but you want to see extreme buying pressure kicking in, leaving that wick behind, and the body of the high time frame candles must close above for continuation to the upside to go and claim the highs. So just wanted to share that today. For those of you that didn't know the range low and the range high strategy, I see them play out on the 1 hour, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. You get them on every single time frame. Okay. Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome, Miss Melanie. 117. Welcome, welcome. I hope this makes sense. Okay. So when I zoom into the smaller time frames over here, let's go back onto the 1 hour. Okay, if, this is now an if, and we have to play both bullish and bearish scenarios. If we do find downwards momentum, here's the line, go snap it on with a magnet, so you have this line on your chart as well. If we had to find momentum here to the downside, I want to see us dip down and get bought up aggressively. And that is my long trigger. That will definitely be a long trigger for me. Okay. I want to see us bounce and get acceptance back above. If we're going to start closing 1 hour, 4 hour, I would say 4 hour candles below this line, and we are struggling to get acceptance back above, okay, it could be a retest for continuation to the downside, where if I zoom out, we are going to, we're going to fill the inefficiency. Right, that's usually and basically how it works. I have mentioned to you guys how important this level is here for me. Okay, so if we had to come back and make another low, a dip, I want to see us perhaps find support there, right? You dip below, you grab the liquidity, you get acceptance back above, and off to the races you go. You go claim all of that beautiful liquidity above these highs, right? And that is a beautiful range low strategy playing out to perfection. Not a lot of people trade them because not a lot of people know about this strategy, but I have just seen it play out so many times. Okay, make sure that you have that trend. If you miss this and you're too scared to play over there, just wait for the break of the trend, right, for momentum to the upside. So for the one-line traders and the breakout traders out there, that's the magic trend line that I will be keeping an eye on. Let me try Control Z. See, Control Z doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. If anyone knows the shortcut, is it Command Z? I don't know, that then redoes everything. Is it Control Z? No. Let's use my little mouse cursor over here. That works better. Right, if anyone can just share me that shortcut, I'd appreciate it. Then I'll start using that. Okay, so this is definitely the one scenario that I am watching. Right, you need to be on the chart to work. Oh. Let me try that again. So if I draw a line, Control Z. Nope. Let me just stick to what I know for today. I will go practice it in my spare time. Right, mic voice is very low. Let me try and see if my mic settings are fine over here. My mic settings are fine. Can anyone else just confirm if my mic level is low? It's speaking here in the orange and the red here by me, so it looks fine here by my side. Right, Jimmy, works okay. Cool, my mic level good, because it looks like it's fine here by my side. My mic levels are almost maxed out here on my side. So perhaps there's a problem with your phone or your computer, I'm not sure. Right, mic is good, thank you so much. Okay, cool. Now let's zoom into, once again, let's zoom into this little structure over here. Okay, sound is good. Sound is good. Okay, if I go too close, I'm going to clip your ears, right? Why your charts are darker. I like dark charts because if you have a lot of screen time in front of your screen, the white chart makes my eyes extremely tired, okay? And especially when you're trading at night, it's nice to have a dark chart so that your eyes don't hurt, right? I just don't like white stuff. You get bloodshot eyes and it's not good for your retinas and the blue light and everything like that. So I keep my charts the dark theme, and so that your eyes don't get tired when you do a lot of screen time and charting and playing breakouts and, you know, watching the candles, right? Okay, let's zoom into the structure over here. So as per my update today, the one thing that I am still looking at is this little pivot over here. That is still my clue, and it's just a game of probabilities. Probability state, if we're going to come and claim this high, okay, we're going to go claim that high. There's a higher probability that we will not take the lows again. Okay, that's purely what I'm seeing from a technical perspective. And it's just a game of probabilities. Yes, we can do this. We can. But I'm just saying the probability is higher that if we claim this high, that we won't come and claim the lows. If we don't claim the high and we start breaking down from here, okay, then there's a higher probability that we're going to still claim the low and the range low strategy could potentially play out. This is what I'm seeing in this structure. And the reason I see that, okay, is that when I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are still busy with the fifth wave here to the downside, this retracement was very deep already. When I take a fib from the high to the low, where 3 is over here, I drag it across. Elliott wave theory states that the fourth wave, if this is a wave 4, okay, and this structure is still part of the fourth wave, it's not allowed to touch the 0.618. On my chart, it already tapped the 0.618, but on a lot of charts, it didn't, okay? So the exchanges are not aligned. So all I'm saying is if we had to come back up here, it means that the fourth wave is invalidated. And probabilities then increase that this was the end of the structure. And there's potentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here is done. The fifth wave is done. And we are going to, this move that we are seeing over here is going to start giving us momentums back to the upside. So that is the clue that I'm looking for. So what I would like to see in this little structure, let's go on to the 15-minute. Okay, zoom in here. I would like for this to be a 5-wave structure to the upside, because 5-wave structures are impulsive waves to the upside. So ideally what I would like to see for momentum to continue to the upside is when I take a fib from the low to the high, this could potentially be a first and second wave in the making, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So this correction is extremely important for me to see that, well, are we going to smack down and that's the high for now? Or is this going to be a corrective structure? Okay, and ideally, you can see we have high green volume, which tells me this is an impulse to the upside. And if we start getting high red volume, in my case, purple volume, with a move to the downside, it then means that we are getting impulses back to the downside where we can come and claim the lows again. Okay, so this structure to me is very important. I want to see if it's corrective or if it's impulsive. And for now, based on what I'm seeing at the moment, it looks like it's still corrective. And what is a little bit confusing over here, and it's never easy in the game of trading, is to say that, well, this can be a 1, 2, 3, and we are busy with a fourth wave where we're still going to make a fifth wave here to the upside, which is a 5-wave structure. Or this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is completed. So I'm not sure yet whether this is a 3-wave or 4-wave structure, and this is why I'm keeping an eye on this retracement over here. So ideally, if we do find momentum to the downside, I want to see some bullish CVD between these pivots that could give me that clue that we are going to build a trend over here. We're going to bounce and we're going to find momentum back to the upside. Okay. I hope what I'm saying makes sense, guys. Just purely educating over here. Right. that is basically what I'm seeing at the moment. Let's go through some comments over here. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay, fine now. Sound good. Wire chart. Okay, we've gone through platform. What platform are you using? I'm not sure I understand that question. From a charting perspective, I use TradingView. And how are you doing, brother? Nags, thanks for joining. Legend in the house. Weekend down a bit. Monday full moon, all-time high. Yes, I had a very interesting, I don't want to badmouth people, but if you're going to write shit on my comments for my videos, and sorry, I should most probably not use those words in my live streams. If you're going to write crap on the comments because you don't understand the strategy, please keep your comments for yourself and go do some research before you challenge what I've tried to share, because I share things out of the depth of my heart with the best knowledge that I can, with data in front of me. I don't thumbsuck information out of my, okay, so what I want to explain here with the moon phases, because I got quite a nasty comment today from someone saying that the moon phases don't work. I haven't taken into account what about the bear cycles. And I clearly remember, for those of you that's watched my moon phases video, my dedicated moon phases video, you will know, okay, when we are in a bull structure, you can see, right, that the full moon pushes price up. The new moon pushes price down. Full moon pushed price up, but we're consolidating over here, so it does become tricky in a consolidation area. But look at this new moon, where I still remember telling you guys, I'm not sure how this full moon is going to react, because we have the eclipse. It could be more powerful or it could be a nothing burger. But I mean, purely just based on data, we knew that it had to push price down, okay, because it's been doing it all along. It's been doing it all along. And what happened? That bloody full moon of new moon printed over here, and look at what happened. So I don't understand how you can argue with me to say that the strategy doesn't work if I'm showing you, but okay, well, didn't the price go down? Didn't the price go down? I did say that yes, it doesn't always push price down like what happened here, but it puts selling pressure. So you can see how we struggled, we consolidated, and when we printed that full moon, look at the rampage to the upside. And then also from a bearish perspective, yes, I did say that the moon reverses rolls, depending on whether you're in a bull cycle or in a bear cycle. So when you go and look at the bear cycle that we were in, now you can see the moon reverses rolls, where you then apply a short strategy. Look at what happened. Bam. Look at what happened. Bam. Look at what happened. Bam. I mean, I don't know how obvious this is. Yes, no indicator is perfect, but it has a 74%, let's say 70% accuracy rate, right? Where the moon reverses roll. So obviously, if you're on a bear cycle, the new moon is going to push price down more aggressively, and the full moon is going to consolidate price and give you an upwards correction. And now the rolls have reversed, okay? Let me take this out. Now the roles have reversed. Okay, so we are all waiting patiently. If I switch on my today analysis, we are all waiting patiently for Monday, Tuesday, 23rd of April, when the new full moon prints. And I'm not saying it's guaranteed that we are going to get an explosion to the upside. All I'm saying is look at previous data. What happened in the past? And purely based on what happened in the past, I mean, yeah, this one was a bit funky, but we still got upwards momentum. And then the new moon, downwards momentum, but then upwards. Also, even with this one over here, yes, we didn't go and break the highs, but we still got upwards momentum, right? Upwards momentum. And then the new moon, we got downwards momentum. So probability-wise, there is a 74% chance that we are going to see upwards momentum. And I'm not saying it's going to claim the all-time highs, but you're going to get upwards momentum, more than likely. 70% guaranteed, purely based on data, and it's not because I said so. Okay, I just have to give my little rant, because I cannot understand how someone can post a comment saying that I am smoking grass. Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I'm just purely presenting the data, and the data, well, you guys have seen it. You guys have been here. I've spoken about the moon phases. Right, so if you are inside the stream, yeah. Right, I hope I've explained myself. I'm having a little bit of a rant session here today, because when I read that comment, I was just like, Okay. Right. I really appreciate you sharing your experience and knowledge for free. Thank you so much, Suna. Is it Suna? Why did my trading view not show before the 2020 chart, even though I have paid the version? Any settings needed? Please suggest if you have any idea. It depends on which pair you are charting. Okay. It might be a silly question for some, but I can tell you now, let me just take the crap here out of the way. Let's go on to a weekly over here. So I am using, on this chart analysis that I'm doing is, I'm using Tether, BTC, Tether, or BTC.P. I think the ticker is over here. Let me just make sure that I've got the ticker right. BTC USDT.P. The P stands for perpetual contract. On Binance, I use the Binance one, and depending on which one you search for, you will get different data. Okay, and you will see my data for Binance only goes up until September 2019, but then you get other ones. You can see I've got some other ones over here as well. Okay, here is one for, I did some training or something on this one, but here's one that goes also back to November 2018. Here's one that goes back to 2020. So this is most probably the one that you're using. I'm not sure. Okay, but there are many ones that you need to search for. I think the one that goes back the furthest is the Coinbase one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's see how far this one goes back. It's not this one. I've got so many over here, and I do different things on them. This is the one that I have, I think that goes back till 2017. This is also Binance, but it's the normal Binance USDT without the P one. Okay, so you need to go and search for one that has more historical data. This one goes back all the way to 2011, August 2011. And this one is the Bitstamp one. Okay. I see a lot of people use the Bitstamp one because it has a lot of historical data. Right, so you just need to go and look for the right pair. So when you go and search for Bitcoin, your Bitcoin pair that you're trading, BTC, USDT, you will see that there are many. You need to go and play around and find the one that has the most history. The reason I'm using Binance is because it has the most volume. I like volume behind the chart. It just makes the data more accurate. Okay, usually when you go and find a pair, like a BTC Mexi, for example, if you go BTC USDT and you go look for the 1 year on Mexi, you will see that your data is a little bit skewed. Your point of controls, your weekly levels, your daily levels, they all a little bit at different places. Is because there's not enough volume going through this pair to give you accurate data. So the reason I'm using Binance, and even Bybit is a good one to use, is because of the volume behind it. Okay, also purely from an education perspective. Right, and what you guys are seeing over here is a surprise for Sunday. Okay, right. Anything else? Let's see. All charts show till 20, no before. Okay, if all charts show before, only until 2020, then I'm not sure. If you've paid for even the basic subscription on TradingView, I think even the free version, you should have historical data depending on which pair you're looking for. Okay, I haven't encountered that problem before. Right. Okay, another thing I quickly wanted to highlight with you guys is, let me think if I should go through that first. Free also has, yes, definitely. Okay, let's go through some fundamental news here quickly. I found some funny stuff over here. Bitcoin halving, everyone is saying about the halving. Yes, we know the halving is 8 hours away. It's getting very juicy and excited. I do think it's going to be a nothing burger, but I can be wrong, okay? Bitcoin halving, supply shock. I've spoken about that, explaining to you guys what it means to have a supply versus demand, and the halving, what it means in a nutshell. Right, just in almost 300 million in leveraged cryptos positions liquidated after the Israel attack on Iran. And that's basically that little dip that we had here to the downside, liquidating a lot of long positions. So some of the good news that I do see in the market at the moment is that this little dip that we had here to the downside has reset the funding rates. Okay, there's more people short at the moment than there are people long at the moment. People are very scared to long in this area, which is healthy for the market. Okay, so it also increases probability slightly that we will most likely find upwards momentum to go and stop these shorters out because the funding rate has been reset. Next up, Ooh. This is cycle peak. Okay, so someone here is still calling for a 52K Bitcoin, saying that we're still going, this is the halving correction and we're still going to find downwards momentum here. I want to tell you guys why I struggle to believe this, okay? And as always, I can be completely wrong, but let me share with you my view, why I think that this could potentially, it doesn't have a high probability of playing out. Let me explain. Okay, let's take the scribble out. Let's go on to the daily. I think that's a good time frame to use. Switch off the analysis over here. And what I want to show you guys is also a nice little education in our Legends Discord community, where I explained all of this today. Okay, when you look, let's go from over here. Let's start here. And let's go 12 hours. I think that will look better. Santier. Yes, we will. If I have time, I will definitely jump through altcoins over here. But this is purely from an education perspective. Why I believe that perhaps we will not see $52,000. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but it needs to happen soon from a timing perspective. Okay. Do you guys see this little... Okay. Do you guys see this impulse? And then you have a correction. Okay. Then you have an impulse and then you have a correction. These are 1-to-1 ratios. It's a 1-to-1, 1-to-1. And what do I mean by that? When you take a time fib from the low, you click to the high, you click, and you can see where did we find the upwards momentum at the 1-to-1 ratio. Okay. It means that the waves are balancing each other out. Oops. Let's go back here. So this wave is the same length in time as this wave. So this is 100%, this is 100%. And then here by the 382 is actually 38%, that is 61%, 100%, 138%, 161%. In a nutshell, that's basically how it works. Okay. And now, if I go back onto the next wave, right? Let's take the next wave as an example. From the low to the high. Okay, where did we get the pump? Do you guys see how amazing technical analysis is? And then some people tell me it doesn't work. Technical analysis is amazing. Look at this, or this. Look at this, 1-to-1. Exactly at the 1-to-1 ratio. That's where we got the pump. The impulse and the correction is the same length. It balances each other out. Okay, it is not always like that. Sometimes it's considered that you can correct up until the 382 or the 618, but ideally the common target is the 1-to-1 ratio, which is a perfect balance between the impulse and the correction. Okay, so considering that, what I've just shown you guys now is that when I then zoom into this correction over here, okay, what do you guys now see? We have an impulse and we have a correction. Right, but sometimes when you get to the top of a local top, this correction is either going to correct this structure, or it is, if the correction is too long, then you know it's correcting the entire structure over here. Okay. And what I'm seeing at the moment, purely from a time perspective, is if this correction is correcting this structure, like I've just shown you with these two examples, I take a time fib from the low to the high, and it doesn't make sense. We are already past the 2 ratio, which means that this correction is too long for this impulse, which now tells me that this correction is correcting this entire structure. So what I then do is simple, okay? Take the time fib, purely education over here, from this low to the high. Now the picture looks better. It really looks a lot better now. Okay, what do you guys now see is to say that we are inside of a how can I say it? A zone where we can get upwards momentum. Because remember, it doesn't have to be a 1-to-1 ratio. It is just the most common target, but we are now between the 0.618 and the 1-to-1. So this is the area where we could expect a bounce, where this correction has corrected this entire structure and the correction is almost done. And that is why I'm not saying that we can't get to $51,000. I'm just saying it needs to happen soon. And based on this news article, they are saying that this can last up until September, August, September. Right, if I look at August, September, I mean, it's off the charts over here. Do you guys see the rationale that I'm trying to apply to the charts over here? Is to say that, well, if we're going to come and claim the all-time highs, I want to see it happen over here. Anywhere actually inside of here. So even if we come down, we grab the liquidity, we consolidate, and we jump up here, we go and claim the highs, I will then say, wow, look at the impulse, look at the correction, 1 to 1, and we got the breakout to the upside. Okay, makes sense. I tried to explain it as best as I could. And that is why I wanted to highlight that article, because sometimes I think, if we are going to still correct until August, okay, then I would say that this correction is correcting this entire structure. Okay, which means that the correction can still go on for much longer. But we still have the 1-to-1 ratio that we need to keep an eye on, where we can only correct this structure. So we just have to keep that in mind. So by all means, I will change my tune if we keep on ranging and we keep on ranging and we keep on ranging and we start finding lower levels. Then I will know, okay, we're now correcting this entire structure over here. And this is the fifth wave. We have reached the top for now. But at the moment, this still looks like the third wave, and we can still expect a final fifth wave. You grab the liquidity, and then we can still make a fourth wave here to the downside and an explosive another fifth wave. Okay, so translating that back into Elliott wave theory, not that one. Where is this one? Okay, so from a conservative perspective, this is still what I'm looking at. And this is not my most bullish scenario, but it is a conservative scenario, right? Is to say that each wave has 5 waves inside of it. And from what I've counted so far, it looks like we are busy with a third wave. That is why it's so explosive here to the upside. But now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You grab the liquidity. Do you guys see what I mean here? So perhaps that full moon will give us the 5th wave here to the upside, where we complete number 3, and then we have another correction that's going to confuse the crap out of everyone. We thought we're going to $100,000. Why are we going down? And we lose this level again. So this is kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. And for now, this Elliott wave scenario still for me has the highest probability, but by all means, we can break out and just continue, which is then my most bullish Elliott wave scenario. And I will share that once the data tells me that it can play out. But for now, this one has the highest probability. Okay, you guys can just imagine from a market psychology perspective. Imagine we come up here, we claim the high. We're going to 100,000, we're going to 200,000. Retail investors come in, the world goes crazy. We've taken the all-time high, right? You complete the 5th wave in the structure and then you lose it. Oh God, we're going back to $10,000. We're going back to $10,000. This brings me to August. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is what I don't agree, and I'm here to be proven wrong. What I don't agree about this, okay, I feel like we still need one wave to the upside to grab the liquidity before we make a deeper correction. Okay. Right. I hope this makes sense. To keep it simple, to zoom into the 1 hour time frame over here, which I've highlighted during the beginning of the live stream, is from a trading perspective, we're all here. We want to make money. We want to trade the markets. What I will be looking at is if we claim this high, there's a higher probability that we are going to continue the momentum to the upside. If we don't claim this high and we start correcting here, there's a high probability that we're going to grab the liquidity below the lows. And then I want to see a dip and a massive buyout. I want to see a wick left behind on the 4 hour and 8 hour charts. And the body of the candles needs to close above. that to me will be very bullish. You get acceptance back above the highs or the lows over here, and then off to the races we go. Okay, so one of two scenarios, and that is my clue over here. And I also want to see how we're going to correct. Are we going to bounce here on the 1.618, the 786, the 50%, the 382? And because this can now potentially also be forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to the upside. Right, let's go through some comments. Okay, let's see, where did I read from last? Son TA, please. I will go have a look at Son just now. Any take on Fet AI? Fetch. Ooh, Fetch. Okay. It's one of those AI coins that's run so much, but I mean, it has had a nice correction to the downside. Can you suggest any book to learn from this TA? I don't know if I should say this, but I mean, honesty and authenticity for me has always been the best policy. I have not read any books, okay? And I lie. The one that I have read halfway through was The Psychology of Trading, and I can't even remember who wrote it. I am not a reader. I'm a visual person, so I take an audio person. I take information in visually, and I take information in from an audio perspective. So I listen to audiobooks, a lot of audiobooks, but not trading related. More educational related. So the one trading book that I did start reading, I just felt like it was a nothing burger. I didn't really learn anything from it. The best way and the quickest way that I learned was from following the right people, was from following Andy's show, and there's a couple of other YouTubers that I followed, and then also just doing a lot of research, and then also opening up a live account and playing with $5. Playing with $1, playing with $5. When you put real money on the line, you'll be surprised how quickly you learn. Okay. You'll be very surprised. And even paper trading and demo money, I don't really like demo money and paper trading. Yes, you can practice there and you can start there, but it's a whole new emotional game when you put your hard-earned cash on the line. And I'm not saying use your savings. I'm not saying that. I'm saying go and use $5, go and use $2 and use 2x leverage. Go practice the trades. Because when there's real money involved, that's when there's real emotion involved. So honestly, I can tell you that most of everything that I've learned was through YouTube. That's basically it. And practicing, looking at the charts. Yeah, a lot of it came from just staring at the charts, trying different strategies, and delving into that. Training courses and things like that, yes, they do help, but you still need to practice them. Right. Hello, everyone. I'm a little bit late, but I'll watch the recording. Hi, Alex. Thanks and welcome to the stream, my man. Exactly. When real money is on the line, the trade gets red or real. It scares the crap out of me. Right. Definitely. You know, guys, I've heard so many YouTubers say that no, go do paper trading on TradingView. You guys know that you can go do paper trading. You go to the bottom here of TradingView, let me just see, and there's a little block that says paper trading. You activate that, go do research. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to use this function, and then you can trade the markets. You can open up long positions, you can open up short positions, and basically it's demo money. If you lose it, you just start again. You click the reset button and you start again. So this is paper trading. You can do it here on TradingView, and I'm not sure if it's available on the free version of TradingView, but I can guarantee you guys, I've won so much money. I've made millions with this paper trading account. I started with $4,000 and I go up to $1 million, and then you put $10 of your own money on the line, and then all hell breaks loose. Okay, you're like doing the wrong things. You can't believe you've done that. Greed starts kicking in, fear starts kicking in, and you're like, where are these emotions coming from? You know, they just appeared out of nowhere. So when you trade with real money, that is how you learn the quickest. And then to protect yourself is you use a little bit. Okay, use a little bit to go and practice. Right. Devil, what's your take on Bollinger Bands? I don't use them to trade. I know about them. I know when they squeeze, there's a breakout coming. No one really knows whether it's going up or down. So I don't really use Bollinger Bands. I do look at them from time to time just to see, are we being squeezed and can we expect a big move to the up or to the downside, but I don't use them to trade. I don't need them to trade. And like I've told our Legends community, link down in the description if you'd like to join. I had a private live stream with them today where I also told them is that I cannot tell you guys that there's a wrong indicator and you shouldn't use this indicator and RSIs are bad or Bollinger Bands are bad. All I can tell you is go and try all of them and see what works for you. And if you find success with them, by all means, use it. Okay, I've just found the less indicators I use, the better my trades are, because when you are using too many indicators, they start contradicting each other and then you don't know what to do. Okay. Let's go look at, someone asked for Son. Let's go look at Son. Hemra, you asked for Son, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Son TA, please. Let's go look at Son. I was looking at Render. I was looking at ETH. I was looking at so many altcoins today. Son USDT. Okay, Bybit. Right, let's see what's happening over here. Is this it? Oh, there we go. I was like, wow, is this the only volume or the only candles that we have? Okay, let's see. Ooh. Very low liquidity. Well, small market cap. The first thing I can tell you, this is a very small market cap coin. Look at the wicks to the up. Holy crap. Look at the wicks to the upside. Eesh. Okay. You can see that someone is aggressively. So the good thing I see about this coin is that there are some whales or someone with a lot of money that are accumulating in this zone. Okay, someone is accumulating in this zone. So some people might see this week as a scam week, you know, don't get in, because a lot of people most probably FOMO'd into the trade and then they got bled out, liquidated their accounts. What I see is that often, even with Render, and this is why I have such a big bag of Render, is that from past experience, when you see large green wicks to the upside, okay, especially when there's not, just drag that, especially when there's nice green volume supporting it, okay, it stands out compared to the rest of the volume. This is most probably a big whale or someone buying a big bag of spot bags, and because the market cap is low, it drives price up quickly and then price settles down. Okay, and then it drives price up and it settles down. It's someone big buying inside of the accumulation zone. What happened here as well? So someone is still very bullish on Son. Okay, that's the good thing that I'm seeing over here. From a day trading perspective, oh, there's just no ways. The market cap is too low. You have too many weeks. It is difficult. Right, but okay, let's try and make sense of it. It really is difficult to chart a coin like this. It really is difficult. Okay. To keep it simple. Okay, it looks like we found a double bottom. Oops, this is the wrong thing. Let me grab my pen. Looks like a nice double bottom over here. We do have a trend moving up. Okay. We do have a trend moving up here. It looks like we flipped the highs into support for now, right? I do like this. I just want to see if I drag it here. Okay. So for me to remain, if I was trading Son, it's just such a, it's not a beautiful chart from a technical perspective. You won't find me trading charts like this. Okay. So, I mean, to remain bullish here on the price of Son, you want to see us hold the support. So any dips down in here is potential load up zones because you flip the highs into support, right? You struggle to break through, you struggle to break through, you struggle to break through, you break through, you flip it, RS flip, you've now flipped resistance into support. So you want to see this area hold for continuation to the upside. But yeah, this coin is most probably going to do this to the upside. Okay. Right, so yeah, I mean, this is quick and dirty analysis here on the price of Son. It is just not an easy chart to chart, okay? But it does look like it's finding upwards momentum. So the trend is your friend until the end, and even if we lose the support, we bounce here on the trend, still a great load up zone. If we lose this high, then market structure changes. If you lose the low, if you lose the low over here, then market structure changes. But for now, it looks bullish. Okay. Right. Anything else? ETH. I wanted to talk to you guys quickly here about ETH. Also, for those of you that want to trade, if you guys would like to try out the new exchange, I've been trying Blowfin over here. 50% fee reduction when you sign up. Also a chance to win $5,000. I've been testing them out for the last couple of weeks. I've added them here for my community. I'm confident. They've got great UI, great fees. The stop losses pay out. The TPs hit when they're supposed to hit. The fees are low. So go try out Blowfin. Also, you don't need to KYC. I've had some great success. I've been enjoying trading on there. So if you're looking for an alternative, go try out Blowfin over here. Okay, by using my link, you qualify for some bonuses and stuff. And there's also a surprise. I don't want to give it away, but go sign up. You guys are going to get a nice little surprise. We just, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And then once we are ready, we will announce it. Okay, you're going to want to be inside of Blowfin. Looking at ETH over here, let's go on to the 12 hour. Right. I see so much similarity. I want to show you guys something. When I do, where did I put it? Sometimes I lose myself a little bit. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. So from an Elliott wave perspective, okay, and without confusing anyone here, is to say that I see a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When I look at Bitcoin, let's do the same thing. So perhaps there's some similarities. Okay, it's not that one. It is the bullish one that I have over here. Okay, do you guys see the similarities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, where we still have to make the fifth wave inside of the third wave. Look at ETH. We still have to make the fifth wave inside of the third wave. And then we're going to go up and complete the fifth wave. So very similar structure. It's almost like they're brother and sister. They're doing the same thing. So the same thing for ETH over here. What I would like to see for this scenario to be intact, okay, you have 5 waves inside of the third wave. You have 5 waves inside of the third wave. And this just looks clearly like a 1, 2, 3. This is the 4 that's now bounced on top of this channel. And ideally for this scenario to be invalidated as soon as we go down here, okay, the fourth wave is not allowed to go into the first wave. It's not allowed to do that. Then I've counted this incorrectly. It's something else completely. But for now, it's still intact. We've bounced on top of this channel. So there's still a possibility where we go make a fifth wave around about $5,000. Then we come back for correction. We bounce on the channel again. Okay, and then we have that explosive fifth wave to the upside. Exactly the same as Bitcoin. So, and it's not that I did this on purpose or anything like that. During my private live stream today, I had an Elliott wave count for Bitcoin. And then someone asked me, do you have an Elliott wave count for Ethereum? And I was like, yes, I do. And when I switched it on, I saw the similarity and I was like, wow, okay. So far, the structure is still intact. And we can find some massive upwards momentum still for Ethereum and Bitcoin based on where we are right now. Right, let's go through some more comments. Thank you very much. Allah, what? Balaz. Okay, stay calm, shitcoin. Yes, I'm not sure if you're referring to Son, but yeah, Son is not a coin that I would trade. Perhaps from a spot perspective, definitely, but not from a day trading perspective. I would stay away. You are the best, along with Andy. AG, of course, people should just thank you for the lessons you teach us all. And I really thank you with all my heart. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. I really hope to have all your knowledge one day. Yes, and it's ironic because I sit here and I think to myself, I still have a lot to learn because I still learn every week, every day. I still learn something new. But I do find comfort in the fact that I know enough to stay profitable as a trader. And that's all you need. If you have the simplest trading strategy that you don't even need an indicator for, and people laugh at you because that's how stupid your strategy is, but you make money month after month, profits in your bag, right? And you don't even know how to spell Fibonacci, then you're a profitable trader. You know something that they don't, because what a lot of technical people know and how much they know, when you start looking at their P&Ls, they struggle to make money, even with all the knowledge that they have. So I still learn every day, and I find Elliott waves very fascinating. It's very technical. It's taken me a long time to get to know Elliott waves the way that I do, but I'm still learning the corrective structures. The corrective structures are very complex to learn in Elliott wave theory. You know, the ending diagonals, the WXYs, the ABCDEs, this wave is not allowed to cross this wave, and so forth. Right. Thank you very much again. I appreciate it. Guys, that is unfortunately all I have time for today. Please smash up the like. Let me see if this button works. I want to see if this works. Yes, yes. Go subscribe to the channel for future notifications. Smash up the like to show the love for the education over here. And please have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy. Switch off a little bit. I know there's a lot of people that's most probably going to stay awake to watch the halving countdown over here. Right? No, man, go get some sleep. If it's early in the morning, go sleep and see what happens tomorrow. I'm definitely not going to stay awake for the halving. I will see what it looks like tomorrow. Right, so thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend. Have a fantastic day. Smash up the like. Share with your friends and family. I would really like to grow this channel to phenomenal levels. Educate everyone to be a successful day trader. And make more money than what you lose. Protect your cash. Until the next one. Cheers for now.